Welcome back everyone to our Let's Play series of TransRoad USA. So I am very excited to get this episode started because I want to try some things again today, and I think this is really going to be a lot of fun. I have no idea whatsoever how this is going to turn out, but that's part of the fun. We're going to try some things and maybe they work, maybe they don't. But first thing I know we need to do is something I talked about toward the end of the last video, and that is purchase these final couple of trucks and reefer trailers. So we're trying to get up to that magical number of 10 trucks of each trailer type. So right now we're at 8 on the reefer trailers, so we're trying to get to 10. So let's go ahead and start out. Actually, we're going to start out down here in Savannah because right now our reefer trucks are going Des Moines to Charlotte. And so it would be nice to have one around Charlotte, particularly for this 50 trip load to get started on that. So let's see what we've got here. So now we're fortunate in that, this is awesome, that because we're using the reefer trailer, a simple 2-axle truck will be perfectly fine for us. We're going new because generally that makes the maintenance the longest interval that we can possibly get it. And you can see here, $1,000 per week fixed cost versus $2,000. We're actually going to buy both of these trucks, so that's not going to really matter to us either way. So this is going to work out great. We're going to send to Charlotte. Go ahead and confirm that purchase. And let's see, let's go ahead and do this one as well while we're on this screen. You can see the difference there in cost, but we're not worried about that. We got 6.2 million. We're doing great. And let's go ahead and purchase a couple of reefer trailers. Everything going to Charlotte. Good. Let's buy one more because they've got plenty for us. Confirm that purchase. And now we need to, let's come out of there. There we go. These guys are going to start heading toward where we need them to go, which would be in Charlotte. And let's see, contract fulfilled. Wow, plus 10. Very nice. Okay, but that's going to have to wait because we're dealing with something else right now. And I got a few things in mind. And one of these, there we go. Let's go ahead and get into the depot. Let's see what kind of drivers. I knew we had 2 drivers left. Wow. Okay, we'll just go ahead and take them. I'm not sure what they're getting paid. We could go and look, but it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, we've already been paying these guys to do nothing but sit around and sip coffee. So at least now we're putting them to work in some trailers. And if we decide that we want to swap them out, we can always do so at a later date. So now we're up to 30 trucks, 30 trailers, and 30 drivers. So we're in good shape there. We don't have any more idle drivers. And okay, everything is going great. Let's look at what we have available. Again, going back to schedule number 8, which is where our reefer trailers are. And what I want to start these guys on is this Charlotte to DC trip. So it's only a 5-truck deal, but it's 50 trips, and I would prefer not to be late on it if at all possible. So we're already in Charlotte, so it should be where these guys can pick this up immediately and get started. Okay, now let's move over and let's see what the other guys have. All right, so we're down to 1 contract here and 1 contract here. Okay, so now we know kind of what we're dealing with. Our message told us that we just finished up on schedule 2 most recently. Let's see what we've got. Nobody is idle because they're still working on this 50 trip deal from Cheyenne to Helena. Or Helena, I guess, depending on where you're from. And we are going to see if there's something from Helena to Cheyenne. Now, the problem we're going to have here is that we're just getting to Helena. I'm going to say that probably Helena most of the time. Just sounds more natural to me to say it that way. So apologies to those of you who might be from there or around there and know that that is not the proper way to say it. Yeah, we are not upgraded at all there. I mean, Cheyenne, at this particular vendor, we're not upgraded very much either, so we're probably going to be looking at some rough deals. And that probably aren't going to pay a whole lot. But we need, man, This is just not good. From Cheyenne to Helena, we've already got that. Wait a minute. Who did I click on? From here. There we go. Oh, good gracious. Sometimes. All right, there we go. A 5-truck deal from... Wow, that's more than I expected. I'm actually not sure how we're able to have 20-trip deals given our reputation with both of these. But hey, we're going to take it. We are not going to argue one bit. Instead, we are going to take these deals. Let's see, that's a 5-truck deal, 4-truck deal. Yeah, we should be perfectly fine there. That'll keep these guys busy for at least a little while. And now we come back over to Schedule 1, where we've got some guys that need a return trip. Okay, so let's go into Indy. And let's see, where are we? We are on the dry trailer. And the dry trailers are not doing too good with the economy right now. So right now I'm just kind of seeing if any of these make money. Last couple of videos since this the economic downturn for the dry trailers, we haven't seen a whole lot of ways to make money. I mean, you can see here, a lot of miles over to Vegas, and boy, do you pay for it. Negative $8,500 per trip. Man. All right, so right now there's not really anything that is making money, it looks like, regardless of where we're trying to go. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to just deal with that for now. Also, one of the things I want to do, and we'll see if we can get into this, is I want to try to pick up, again, our quest line. I keep trying to come back to it and remind myself every so often that we do want to complete some of these quests at some point. So we need to fulfill 5 dump contracts from a mine. Well, before we can do those from a mine, we need to unlock at least one mine. And so we can't do anything from here right now. The mines are going to be dump contracts is what's going to be coming from them, and perhaps one of these others, I'm not sure. But at least for our purposes, they're going to be the dump trailers. And you can see it's locked right now. We need to get it up to at least level 1, and that requires 4. And we've seen all of these various deliveries and contracts will give us sometimes small numbers. We've seen up to a plus 10 on some of these deliveries. It just depends on the length of the contract and that kind of thing. But for now, we need to go to here, and that means we're going to have to either deal with the dry trailer or the reefer trailer. All right, the reefer trailer we can't do because, actually, I'm not sure why we can't do that one. Okay, we're not going to worry about that one, though, because we do have an opening here from New Orleans to St. Louis. What is this? This is a 5-truck deal. Right now, we just don't have the firepower to do that one. Well, we could, I'm sure, figure out a way, but we're not going to do that one just yet. But I did want to check in on that just to see if by any chance it was something, you know, sort of along our existing route. But it doesn't look like that's going to work out just yet. But the thing that's really got me excited is the opportunity to take over a customer. Now, yes, we tried this, I'm not even sure, what, 2, 3, 4 videos ago. I'm not even sure at this point. I can't remember exactly. And it did not work well at all, and quite frankly, I still don't exactly understand why, except to say that it seems to be fairly random as to how it works. And what I mean by that is, if you come into the rating list, your customer or your competitors are going to show a certain amount of money. If you go in and you send them the letter that says, hey, we're interested in taking you over, and then you get the company value and that kind of thing. Well, we offered a good bit more than what the value was in that letter. I want to say $600,000-$800,000 more than what was in that letter. I can't remember exactly again, but it was a good bit more. And somewhere along the lines of what was in the rating list for a value, and they came back and said, no, you're way, way too low. You're way out of the ballpark. So it would appear as though that was one of those random times that they wanted us to pay well over the value. So, okay, fine. Then I've had other times where I was playing, hasn't been recently, so maybe there have been some updates to change this, but where I've been playing in another series in the sandbox mode in free play, and I was able to get for basically what the amount they told me in the letter. So it seems like there's a lot of variation there, which is perfectly fine, as I mentioned before, but we're going to go back at this again, and here's why. If you notice, our company value has grown quite a bit. And now our lead over all of these guys, I mean, we can basically, our company value is all of these combined at this point, or not far from it. I mean, so we have a commanding lead. And, you know, our point here really isn't to win the game, so to speak. We're here to have fun and experience what we can experience. So I want to go back to this and see if we can take over one or more of these over the next few videos and just see how it goes. Now, for our purposes, I'm not going to worry about how much money we spend on this. We've got 6.2 million, and as far as I'm concerned, we're going to spend whatever we need to spend. We're going to make our best guess as to what it's going to take over these guys, and it either works or it doesn't. But we'll keep at it until hopefully it works out at some point for us. Now, my guess as to why these values have fallen, because I know particularly Edison, and Edison is on my radar because it's in Memphis, which is closest to where I live. So I would like to have that particular depot just for that reason. And also it's pretty centralized in the south, you know, sort of southeast where we have been doing all of our deliveries. So I think it'll work out good for us in the long term. So this has been up around 1.8, I believe, the last time we checked it. Again, memory is a little bit off on that, I'm sure, but it was somewhere around 1.8 on this screen. And then whenever we sent the letter to them, it was somewhere around, I want to say 1.1, 1.2. And we ended up offering them, I believe it was 1.8, 1.9, and they were just horrified by this amount. So we're going to try again, assuming it will allow me to try again. So let's go ahead, head back to our headquarters, and let's go into, all right, get off of there. Competitors. Let's find Edison Express. Now, one thing I do want to point out is, if you notice Gordon Fox Trucking, we have to proceed in the campaign. So that pretty much lets you know that one of the things we're going to do at some point in the campaign is to try to buy them out. Okay, so we kind of know that. But the others would appear to be fair game until we get down to Trucker Express. So we've got 3 here that we can deal with. Now, Trucker Express are where? Okay, they're next to the bottom. So they're down here near the bottom as well. But we're going to go Edison Express. Now, we can send our letter again. So here we go. Company value says 1.2. That's about what it was last time. And it shows, let's see, 6 trucks. They have just the 1 depot, 6 drivers, blah, blah, blah. Bank account 377. So now, here we go back to the make an offer screen. And 1.4 is what it shows up here. 1.2 is what it shows up here. So what are we going to offer? Well, I'm going to offer, let's just keep this simple. Let's just offer $1 million more than this, which is an astronomical amount. But we're just going to turn our brains off for a moment. We're just going to play a game and have some fun with this and offer $2.2 million. That is, in my mind, way, way overpaying for this. But it's a game. We're having fun with it. And we're going to go with it. So $2.2 million right there. Now, if they come back and say that we're horrified that you would think we're worth that little and all this kind of stuff, then who knows what is supposed to happen. But here we go. 2.2 million, which is $1 million over what the letter stated and nearly $1 million over what's in the rating list. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Send the offer, and yay, we did it. We did it. I'm actually surprised. As hard as that may be to think, wait, you just offered them almost double the company value and you're surprised that you got it? Well, yeah, given the prior history here, I'm kind of surprised that it worked out. So, 4 of the 6 drivers have agreed to be employed by the company, which means we're going to have to hire a couple of drivers. That's perfectly fine. Now, I also know that there have been some issues with taking over competitors. There have been a lot of glitches. Now, in general, I don't read forums and I don't look at other videos about the game. I try to learn everything at my own pace, on my own time. But on this particular game, I have tried to look just to see what some of the bugs were, such as with the recurring contracts, that kind of thing. And I know there have been a lot of bugs about taking over a competitor, with trucks and trailers getting stuck, police getting involved, all sorts of bad things potentially happening. So we're going to hope that everything goes smoothly, but we'll see. All right, so it looks like they've got one dry trailer, 4 reefer trailers, and a dump trailer. All right, we don't know about their drivers and what type of licensing they may have. So I guess we'll find out. There's really only one driver we're going to have to worry about, and that is the dump trailer. So let's confirm that. So what does it show? Yes, we have 36 trucks and drivers. So we've paid $1.1 million immediately, and then we'll break that down and pay some more every, looks like couple of weeks. Yeah, every couple of weeks we'll pay some more, and it's going to give us an indicator here that will tell us when that next payment is due. All of that is perfectly fine with us. You also notice that with our 36 trucks and trailers, we only have 34 drivers. So we already know that. That's what the letter told us whenever we took them over. So now the question becomes, are these the ones that we took over? And let's see, nobody is... All right, do we take over anything else? All of these are still ours. Okay, interesting. So looks like these guys are going to be headed to the nearest... Yeah, there we go. Looks like we got one that shows up there. I'm not sure why you're headed way over here. But let's just sort of let this work itself out. We know they had 6. So there's 3, 4... And we have a salary increase. Oh, yeah, this guy, $356 per, 42 cents a mile. No problem there. We'll accept that. All right, so it looks like we got one there, one here. And right now, I'm just trying to let this clear itself out. And besides, I'm just kind of happy. I'm not sure. Where is this guy going? Is he finishing up a contract? Is that what he's doing? He's going to Vegas, so I have to assume that's what he's doing. Because we certainly don't have any depots. Now, we could purchase one over, I believe, it was either San Fran or L.A. that we could purchase one because we still have a couple more depots that we could get into. But I'm actually thinking he's finishing up a contract. We now have 5 guys. All right, who is the one on the road? Oh, looks like this guy doesn't have the license. I think that's what it means. Either that or the cops have got him. So a lot of this is new to me. I know I have done this once before, but it's been a little while. For the most part, I don't play this game these days unless I'm recording. So let's see, Bismarck, this guy. Okay, we'll see how it all shakes out. Everybody is where they need to be except for this one. All right, so let's go ahead and deal with our reefer trailers. So we've got Indy and Memphis. We got a couple of guys in each. Let's go back to St. Louis. And what do we have here? Can we deliver? Yes, we could deliver something. All right, this is a 3-truck deal for the reefer. All right, this is what I want to do. Now, it's way down in New Orleans, so it's going to take us a little bit to get there. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so we know New Orleans to St. Louis. This is the contract that we ultimately want. But I need to get my guys, who is closest right now? Indy and Memphis. Okay, Memphis is going to be very close, but we've only got 2 guys down there. All right, we will work this out. Let's take these guys and move them down. We should be able to simply drag and drop them down there. So that will move them down to Memphis. And I believe that's them coming now. Okay, we open up Vegas. That's our one guy that we weren't sure where he was headed. And his contracts don't show up anywhere that I'm aware of anyway. Yeah, his contracts don't show up. So let's get these guys down into Memphis. There's one that shows up, and there's 2. Good, good. That's what we want. So now we've got 4, and I feel a lot better. Let's go ahead and scroll in. I want to choose this one directly. There we go. And we are going to go schedule 3 with this to keep it separate from what we're doing with schedule 8. because I don't want these guys from Schedule 8 trying to come all the way over here and help us out with this one. I don't want that. So we're going to try to put 4 trucks on this 3-truck deal, and hopefully the timing will work out. I know we've got to go from Memphis down to New Orleans to get started, but I think we're going to be okay. And as always, we shall find out. All right. There we go. And now, oh, nope, this guy was a dry trailer. All right, he's headed to Des Moines. For right now, we're just going to let that happen because we are trying to unlock right now. Looks like we got one person that's got some maintenance out of this group anyway. All right. Why did we stop? I didn't see it. We're just going to let it ride. All right, there we go. We got 4 trucks picking up. And we're going to take up to Memphis. Let's take her. And we're going to drag her. Well, can't do it yet because we got to zoom in so we can get to it. As soon as she drops off, I'm going to have her head back down here to Memphis and get her maintenance taken care of. Okay, so there's 4 loads. They're about to start. We got some guys that are idle. We'll deal with that momentarily. And what about you? Okay, we got one that's parked, has no driver. We got to pick up a couple of drivers. We know that. That's perfectly fine. And where are you again? You are on your way where? All right, so you're on your way down here to Cheyenne. And unfortunately, things are pretty spread out down here. I'm going to have you go over to Salt Lake. All right, that should take care of what we have there for now. All right, so idle, there's our 1 truck with no driver. And I thought we had 2 with no driver. Yeah, we have 34 drivers and 36. Okay, I'm a little confused by that. Is this guy... I don't know. We'll just have to deal with it as we come to it, I suppose. All right, let's go. Oops, I didn't want to go in here. I need to pick up a driver, which means we need to come into our contracts, or driver available contracts. And this guy is, I've already forgotten. What are you? You are a dry trailer. Okay, so let's go back in. HQ, maybe. There we go. Drivers, come on. Wow, what is going on with the game here? Lots of freezes. All right, and the first one we come to, no special licenses, which is perfectly fine. We just need them for a dry trailer. So let's go ahead and hire that person. Maybe. Okay, let's go back into the depot. And Skylar, she's looking kind of upset a little bit there. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Like she's not happy to be driving this truck. All right, now we've got her, and unfortunately she is way over in Des Moines, and we need her to be with the others over here. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any 1 truck contracts really available to us anymore, so we're going to have to combine. That's going to make for an ugly looking 11 on this, but that's okay. It kind of is what it is. So let's actually bring her over for now, and let's bring her over to Indy. Does that work? Oh, I don't think that worked. Let's try again. Can you come over to here? There we go. She disappeared out of there, so I assume that means everything is good. All right, let's see what these guys have. I know we got 2 more guys, and I'm still looking for the 1 truck. Where are you? You are in Bismarck. All right, let's come into the depot and look at you. Okay, yeah, you do not have the necessary license. That's what your problem is. So let's bring you out of that truck, and let's go in and see if we can't find... Maybe that's what it was talking about. that, yeah, maybe. We'll see. All right, come on, give me drivers. And we need somebody with... All right, they have the dump license, but they're extremely expensive. The rest of these are just basic. There we go. This may have to be, so far, this is our best deal. Yes, this is our best deal. Wow. Nope, there we go. Finally, we found somebody. All right. Now let's come back out. Let's go back into our, where are you? There you are. And let's take you, put you in that truck, and get you started with the other dump trucks. And what's going to be closest for you? Looks like Helena is going to be the closest, although it's not a whole lot of difference. And we'll drag you on to that. Who knows? We may eventually need to split these up and do maybe a group of 5, group of 6, that kind of thing. All right, yeah, now we're showing equal number of drivers and trucks. That's what I wanted. That's what we're showing. The problem is we still have one extra driver that's not assigned anywhere. So this is a little odd right now. I'm not sure if this is a bug or if there's simply something I'm missing. Either way, we're perfectly fine. All right, so these guys in the reefer trailers are from this particular contract, which is perfectly fine because we've got what we need from them, which is to unlock. Let's see. Yes, we are going to accept this. We don't want to try to hire any new drivers right now. All right, these guys are going to Indy, and let's see, what are they? These are on the dry trailer, and as you can see, we are almost done as our convoy works back and forth from Charlotte to Indy. So we're going to have a whole lot more of these moving forward very soon as we finish up this contract. Let's take a quick look in Indy and see what is available. We have seen that we're losing money right now due to the economic conditions. So these guys may have to just stay there for the time being. I'm really waiting for that message that says, hey, the economic downturn in the dry trailers is over. So right now we would lose money effectively on every deal that I have come across. Yes, every one of them so far. All right, so these guys are just going to have to sit for a little bit. Ooh, I was really hoping that one would work out. But nope. Every deal. All right, so the dry trailers are just going to have to be idle for a little while. And we'll try to pick up the slack with the others for now. And then, so let's go back to our ratings list. Trucker Express, which, boy, they're really going downhill. 1.1 million. My guess is that they have all dry trailers. That's my guess, and that's why this is happening to them. Same thing with some of these others as well. They're predominantly dry trailers, I would imagine, and that is crushing them right now. Okay, so we're good on these for now, although this contract's going to be coming up soon. We're almost done with this particular contract, and we're good to go over here as well. Okay, so let's come back to number 3. And yes, we're going to have more and more of these notifications that contracts are being fulfilled. There we go. We're on schedule 2. We've got a contract being fulfilled, so we need to come over and see what we've got going on. Now, of the trucks that are idle right now, it is basically the dry trailers. We got a couple of reefer trailers. We'll deal with that momentarily. Might want to look around for another mine. Okay, so Cheyenne to Helena. And I'm going to say that name probably both ways at different times. I'm sure I will. Let's see what we've got coming back from Helena with the dump trailers. Okay. And from here, not to here. There we go. So we can go back to Cheyenne. 10 trips. Okay, not bad. Not bad. This one is also pretty good to Cheyenne. Let's see about these over to San Fran. Okay, not bad. Those are not bad at all, actually. But we're not quite ready to take those. All right, so let's just stick with where we are with Cheyenne. So we're just going to stick with the back and forth between the two cities and get those return trips continuing on. And now let's take a quick look as we're almost done with what should, I'm guessing, unlock our first mine. Okay, we're going to get a lot of pauses as these dry trailers finish up. All right, waiting for this contract to be fulfilled. As a matter of fact, where are these guys? So we've got one here. Okay, yes, I know. We've got all of these dry trailers. We got one dump trailer that is, for some reason, idle. I'm not sure why he's idle. Thought we drug him over. Okay, either way, I know it makes for an ugly number of 11 instead of our nice, neat 10, but hey, we'll deal with it. We could always sell the truck. That wouldn't be a terrible decision right now at this particular point, but I think I'm going to just keep things going, even though the numbers don't add up as nice and neat as we would prefer. Okay, here we go. This should complete this contract. And there we go. So now we got that contract fulfilled. Let's zoom back in. Come on. Are you going to let me see it? Wow, we had to come all the way in to see this. Okay, so we're still not quite where we need to be. We got 3 of 4. So we got a +3. You notice in our message it said a +3. We need a +4 in order to unlock this customer. So let's look and let's see what's there. Going to here. All right, there's a 15 trip deal for the dry trailers. It would lose money though. It may be worth it. Let's see. Okay, wow. So they don't have anything. Wow, that is, we lose 14 grand, but it would allow us to unlock. I think I like it. Not money wise, but we need to unlock. And this is currently our best deal to do it. So let's see, do we have anybody that's headed down to Memphis? Yes, we actually have several that are headed to Memphis. Wow. Wow. Okay, can I? No. Thought maybe it was going to let me click on that rather than having to zoom back in here again, because that is not fun. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're on schedule 3. And 15 trips, 5 trucks, that's going to be no problem. It is the dry trailer. We're going to lose a little bit of money. All right, confirm that. Yes, we'll take the losing money contract. And now we'll zoom back out. Come back down here. We got these guys that are on their way. I assume this is them. Looks like dry trailers in tow. And we'll just have them come down to New Orleans. Yeah, there they are. You can see them light up on the screen. So we'll just have them work their way down to New Orleans. And let's see. This is a 5 truck deal. So we're going to be pushing it here. So we've got our 5 trucks on there. I could grab a few of these as well, but I think we're going to be okay. All right, where are these? Oh, they're already there. Okay, my bad. They're already actually in there. Okay, so we'll leave that as is and let those guys get going. And hopefully we will be okay with that. Again, we're getting a late start because we're having to come all the way down to New Orleans, but we'll see how that goes. It's a 5 truck contract. We've got 5 trucks on it. And all right, so the reefer trailers, all right, we've got one here that now does not have a driver. All right, that is a good development because I've been wondering where that was going. And we're running out of time, unfortunately. But I do want to, let's come into the depot. Yeah, no driver for this one. We just happen to have a driver available. Not sure where this truck and trailer have been the whole time. Hopefully I just missed them. And that's the deal. But I definitely have not seen them. Okay, let's get a quick checkup on. All right, so we're almost done here. We're going to pick up a little over 19 grand for completing this contract. So that'll be perfectly fine. We're at 5.2 million, and we took over a competitor rather, in Memphis. So we're good there. We've got all of our dump trailers working for now, but we're almost done there as well. We are about to unlock, hopefully, as long as our timing is good, we're about to unlock a new customer here in St. Louis with the mine. And we're all set with Schedule 8 as well with the reefer trailers. All right, so we've got a lot of things we got to do next time. Boy, we got a lot of things to do. We got a lot of trucks we got to get busy with. Of course, we're really hoping to see that message very soon that says the economic downturn in the dry trailers is over, so we can get all of these guys back to work. And we'll try to find some work for these reefer drivers as well. So a lot happened in this video. We had a lot going on. Our company is definitely growing. You can see we've got another payment from our takeover that's coming up. And yeah, a lot going on, but I feel like we took a big step forward. We got more trucks, more trailers, more space, more everything right now. And we'll come back next time. We'll try to continue the good mojo that we got going on right now. We'll try to continue the growth. For now, thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned for more of our Let's Play series of TransRoad USA.